It's awesome. Like, I just want to try that. Somebody want to go play 2v2 with me later, and just like play Terran, and I'll chrono boost your command center. You can just like fly it into the enemy base. Alright, anyway, we are going into the ace match. Oh baby. You can't chrono boost ally things? Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. It's the 2v2. It's if you. You can't chrono if you're Zerg. You have to neural parasite, a probe, and an SEV, and make a nexus and a command center. And then, because it's all yours, you can chrono boost your hatcheries and command centers with your nexus that you built. Yeah, that was it. Now I remember. Okay, yeah. It's not allied stuff. It's like neural parasite stuff. Anyway, Sun is going to spawn as the blue Protoss here in the top right. BoguS, the red Terran in the bottom left. We are in Tomb Valley, so we're getting cross spawns. Going to make it a little bit difficult to do any kind of all-ins. Well, not difficult, but it'll just take longer to get there. Anyway. So we're just getting the results of the series so far at the bottom there. Is BoguS gonna all in again? Bit of an interesting pylon positioning there for Protoss. Kind of like on the side. Don't you usually put it like by the Nexus or like between the ramp and the Nexus? Maybe? No? Where's this probe going? Is he checking for proxies? Oh, look at this! Look at this, Sun! He's looking for proxy racks. Wow. Because he saw BoguS all in against Paralyzed last game. He's like, alright, this guy's a friggin' cheeser. Let me scout. But there's no cheese. There's just standard wall in here. Looks like he's rallied his barracks to the outside. Gonna deny that probe. And the probe is gonna go straight cross map. I don't think this is forced cross spawns. I'm pretty sure you just can't get horizontal positions. You can get vertical positions, so I'm a little bit interested about why Sun has just gone straight cross map here rather than to the bottom right. I guess because scouting cross map also let him just check the middle for proxy racks. That's still kind of interesting. Anyway, looks like probe gonna get away. Without getting walled in there, and I'm pretty sure he gotten far enough to see that there were no gases taken yet for the Terran. Looks like look at how thorough he's being with this probe. He's checking all the potential hidden barracks locations, but there's no hidden barracks. There is in fact just a command center. So this is a 1-rack expand here from BoguS. BoguS gone from playing super cheesy into super standard. Meanwhile, we have 202nd gas here for Sun, so it looks like Sun might be doing something unusual, or he could just be doing, the standard 2 probes on each gas into expand build. There is the command center. BoguS doing a bit of rally micro on the CC, and it's gonna get chrono out that first stalker to help deny any SEV scouts. Actually, okay, no, yeah, the SEV scout is just making its way over now. Looks like it went to the top left first. So BoguS did not scout cross map. So we got a pylon here on the ramp, and there's the first SCV. The stalker should be out in a bit though. Let's see if he can deny the SCV. No, it's not going to deny the SCV. The SCV will see both gases. The stalker will be able to kill it before it can get home. Yeah, so he's going to take that down. And it is 3 guys on the right gas and only 1 guy on the left gas. That's definitely not correct. It's supposed to be 2 guys on each gas to be balanced. You can't just have like 4 probes in any configuration on your gases. You have to have 2 on each to make it efficient. I don't know why Sun still has only 1 on the top one. Look at that. What's going on here? Did he just forget to put guys on gas? What? Okay, he does have 3 on the right one, right? He does have 3 on the right one. He's only got 1 on the top one. Okay. Alright, whatever. Well, he's gonna expand now. This is like the two guys on each gas expand, except he's kind of did it wrong. I don't know. It's honestly not a huge deal. Like his gas mining is slightly less efficient, but it's not gonna lose in the game or anything. In the meantime, looks like adding on 2 more gateways as well. So it's looking almost the same as Paralyze's regular 1 gate expand from last game, except it's harder for BoguS to know what's coming, since he saw both gases. Like, this could be some kind of crazy tech build, like, I don't know, DT Rush or whatever. He just doesn't know, since that SCV got taken down by the Stalker. And that's the nice thing about this build. But it is a standard 3-gate robot follow-up from Sun. In the meantime, 3 racks up for the Terran. Stim on the way. Looks like his Marines are actually moving out a little bit here. Looks like he just wants to clear out the watchtower, perhaps? No, he's just kind of moving back and forth outside his natural. He's not going out too far, which I think is a good idea, because I think he's still in the dark about what the Protoss is doing. I didn't see him use a scan yet to check the Protoss main. So yeah, just gonna chill out a little bit. So controlling Stalker dude to stay at the front. No scouting SCV gonna be allowed to leave the base. So he's gonna get an observer out. Is he just gonna go straight for Colossus after this? He's got almost enough gas here. Just needs to wait for enough minerals. Now he's got 200 gas. Going up to 200 minerals. Robo-Bay, anybody? Any takers on a Robo-Bay? No, he's actually gone for a forge. Alright. Well, I guess he can still get a Robo-Bay, but he's gone for the forge first. And I think he's actually just got a second observer as well. So interesting choice from the Sun. Not going to rush super fast to those Colossi, but I expect he'll get them eventually. Okay, yeah, now the Robo-Bay is just now going down at the back of his main. So just wanted to get the forge and a couple of obs out first, get some scouting, and probably going to get some +1 attack upgrades rather than armor, just because that benefits the Colossus a lot more. You want the +1 attack for those. Whereas, you know, if you were going for more of a gateway army, you know, going for like charge lots into High Templar later on, you'd go for the armor to help out your zealots. So, looks like, looks like I was mistaken actually. He has gone for the armor, which is an interesting choice. Because usually when you go for the fast Colossus, don't you usually go like Stalker Sentry Colossus? And you're just kind of like trying to zone out the Terran and have all ranged units? Like, he has actually got quite a few Zealots there, 4 Zealots. So, I guess he'll just be using the Zealots to buffer instead. Then it seems to me like it'll be a little bit difficult then to like zone the Bioforce properly. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like there was a comsat, or a scan rather. God, it's not comsats anymore. There was a scan in the main, and to show what's his face? BoguS, exactly what's up. Marina's moving out. Is this actually an entirely Marine force? BoguS has an entirely Marine force here, not a single Marauder in sight. He's got a couple of Vikings on the way, and now some Marauders in production. 5 gateways up for Sun. Extended thermal lance, not quite done yet actually, and we're doing a good old buffer. Alright. This should be, actually, it's going to be very close. Oh man, he's got to be careful. Extended thermal lance is not done yet. He's got no range on any of these units. He's got like mass zealots, a couple of sentries, and like a non-range Colossus, but range is just about to finish, and he's actually getting charge as well. So he's going charge lock Colossus. Interesting unit composition here. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, how is he going to stop Vikings from killing his Colossi? He's got a million zealots, and his only anti-air is 3 sentries right now. I don't really understand, because BoguS is pumping, you know, Vikings out of a reactor starport, and he's got 3 sentries. Like, what? I don't know. I guess we'll see. BoguS still running around with Mass Marine, and there are some Stalkers. Lovely. Okay, that's good. Still only 6 though, so they won't really have enough firepower to take down the Vikings very quickly. The Vikings will easily tear through the Colossus first. Although I haven't actually seen exactly how many Vikings there are on the map yet. Meanwhile, Psystorm also on the way here, so kind of double teching off just 2 bases. Sun is. He's basically going for like the super sick unit composition, super OP unit composition for Protoss, like, you know, Colossus plus Psystorm plus Charge Lots, all that goodness. But he's doing it on 2 bases, so his unit count is going to be limited. It looks like he's just now going to set up for a 3rd. Actually, he waited up to almost 800 minerals there to take that. It's a little bit slow there, but you know, that's not a big deal. And this is actually going to be really nice. So, man, if BoguS doesn't like start doing some dropping or harassing soon, he's gonna have a really tough time against this composition, I think, going into the late game. I mean, all Terrans kind of have trouble with this composition. He's gonna have to land like sick EMPs and stuff if he wants to take a big engagement. And it looks like the Observer though is checking out the main Terran force, and it looks like oh no, sorry, there are actually 2 medevacs there. I thought there was only 1 medevac there for a second, but even 2 medevacs is not, you know, going to be a lot of energy for healing those Mech Marines. He's going to be a little bit frugal with his stims. He has basically spent all of that starport time making Vikings. Looks like factory guy. Factory guy? The factory's going to burn down. But the upgrades are already on the way for the Terran, so it's not really delaying anything. Looks like more barracks being added. Another starport at the natural. No reactor on that one though. And looks like he's now adding on a couple more medevacs. I don't know. I wonder if it would have been better to get the medevacs first and then the Vikings, just so they can charge up their energy. Although I guess he wasn't sure if, you know, maybe some would go for some kind of big 2-base attack with his Colossus, so he just wanted the Vikings out for safety. But you know, in hindsight, perhaps it would have been better to switch the order of those units. In the meantime, though, BoguS is taking his 4th there at the 6 o'clock base, and both players is kind of posturing in the middle of the map. You know, I'm still a little bit concerned about the low anti-air of the Protoss army. You know, they're gonna shred the bio, but well, here we go. Are we gonna see an engagement? That is actually a huge Protoss force. That is so many charge lots, and actually they're gonna catch up to the Terran force a little bit here. He's trying to run into a little corner there, running to a choke, but if he runs into it, I mean, it's so hard to get a good position here because there's Psystorms and Colossi here. There's going to be so much splash damage and so many charge lots as well. Impossible to really close with the Colossi. Going to have to rely on the Vikings to do it. He's just trying to get a better position. And there's the stim. Now we're going to have a big engagement. Big storm going off. I think that one actually was on the Vikings. Nice storm on the bio as well. Oh my god. Wow. Protoss is a pretty good race, guys. Oh man. So, you know, as predicted, the Colossus all fall down, but it doesn't matter. The ground forces have been annihilated for BoguS. Another round of charge lots running in here. So many charge lots just flooding in for Sun. Can BoguS hold this? He still has a few bio forces left over from the engagement coming in from the backside. And you know, if he does some good micro here, he can start to step his way to victory, perhaps. Not many stalkers left, but still just so many charge lots here with decent upgrades. Actually, it looks like they're at 2-1 upgrades. And, oh, nice force field on the ramp. But it looks like Sun is going to have to pull back here. And that was a very expensive army for him to lose, actually. You know, a couple of Colossi, a bunch of High Templars. I guess it was a lot of Zealots, though, so, you know, he didn't actually lose too much gas investment in the army. But now Terran has his 4 bases, and it looks like a Marine going to deny that probe from making a Nexus after 12 o'clock, even though he had like over 1,000 minerals just now. Wow, that's a lot of barracks. It's like 9 barracks. Slamming out the bio units. But, oh, so some more High Templar here. Switching to pure. Big storm. One more. Oh, man. Brutal storm, although the second one actually did a lot of damage to the Zealots as well, though. It's got to be very careful. Without those storms, you know, just the pure Zealot force isn't going to be too effective against well-controlled bio, but oh man, brutal storms on all those units. Although they are pretty beefy Marauders, though, so managing to actually withstand those storms, and looks like doing some nice micro here. Only 2 Archons and a Stalker left. He will be able to clean up these forces. BoguS actually doing a surprisingly good job, but no, reinforcements come in for Sun as well, speedlots, but reinforcements also for BoguS. Such a back-and-forth battle here, and that one lone Colossus is going to get taken down so easily by these Marauders and Marines, and the Zealots getting cleaned up as well. That is a million medevacs there. That is literally a million. Wow, that is so much healing. Like, BoguS can actually just stim as much as he wants now. Well, not as much as he wants, but he can do a lot of stimming and be completely fine with all those medevacs. But, you know, Sun seems like he's starting to switch back into Colossi, so probably might want a couple of Vikings soon, BoguS will, to just help deal with that. But, oh man, he's moving in here once again. There's still 2 High Templar there. Do they have their storms? He might be waiting for the perfect time. I don't know. He actually might not have energy. It looks like he probably doesn't have energy on those High Templar. Now, maybe... No, he's still not using the storm. He really needs his energy. This must have just been warped in or something. There! Finally, the storm goes down. But well dodged by BoguS. And this is just so close here. Looks like he's running into the natural, though. And oh my god, there's one lone Colossus. Is he going to get taken down? The one lone Colossus is going to survive barely. Oh my god, wow. Lucky Colossus there, but a nice pickup by BoguS flying into the third base. He's got so many medevacs now stranded behind enemy lines, but now another Bioforce going into the 12 o'clock. This is actually a really intense ace match here. Keep in mind, guys, whoever wins this game takes the series for their team. Oh my god, this better not be a buffer into GG. I swear to god. Oh man. I'm gonna like ban the internet if that happens. Anyway, BoguS with his insane barracks count just slamming out 1,000,000 bio units. He's actually up at 180 plus supply against just the 130-ish supply of the Protoss play. It looks like the medevacs did manage to get out. Oh no, losing a few on the retreat. Gets out with 5 of those medevacs, those expensive medevacs, and gonna rejoin with the Force. Still has a lot of medevacs with that army, and now going in for a double drop into the Protoss third. The Protoss army is completely out of position. He's in the middle of the map. He's got nothing at home to defend. He didn't even leave a High Templar or anything. He's got 1 cannon, not in position. He probably is going to lose this Nexus, in fact. Yeah, he's definitely going to lose that Nexus. The main Protoss army is coming back as quickly as they possibly can, but it is not going to be fast enough. And we're going to buffer into no Nexus anymore. Nexus, yeah, I'm going to go down and just load up and run away. But there's a blink in. Is he going to be able to grab one of these medevacs on the retreat? Looks like, oh, nice feedbacks. All those medevacs warping in 2 High Templar into the main. Going to take down that drop, but you know, he already lost the base. So it was a little bit too late. Looks like going to start doing some harassment here at the 4th base. It's interesting that BoguS just made that into an orbital. Didn't make it into a planetary. Just felt safe with his army to defend that. And is apparently not paying attention at all. Just letting these SCVs die to these zealots. Alright. Sending in a few Marines now. We're going to lose a few SCVs unnecessarily there, I think. I think he also lost a mule, but anyway, I mean, I think his economy is doing fine. Either way, he has max now as well. So if anything, that just like freed up his supply for more units. Looks like Sun retaking his third. Siba? Okay, we're back. Man, all right, we didn't miss a big engagement. All right, whew. Looks like nice feedback on the medevac. BoguS, man, continues to do some sick harass. I don't know why he decided to all in against Paralyzed last game. Well, I guess he was kind of forced into the second all-in because his drop did like almost no damage, but he's playing a really nice long game against Sun here. You know, when Brewer Pros are complaining about how imbalanced TBP is, or about how imbalanced Pros is in general. Nice snipe on the High Templar, nice EMPs on the Archon. A storm goes down, but it's not perfect. That's a much better storm, but is it going to be enough? Nice scoot and shoot micro by BoguS, but there are so many side storms, just a constant train of side storms. Look at this, he's still not done. He's still not done. He has infinite side storm. Oh my god, somehow like Sun has imported the mothership core from Heart of the Swarm and is just constantly recharging his High Templar energy or something here. He's got infinite energy Templars. And now he's crushing through. He's got 4 Colossus back with the Force BoguS. I don't think he really replenished his Viking force, so he doesn't have enough Vikings to really deal with this handily. And somehow BoguS, despite being way ahead on the supply, being in such a good position, is now in a little bit of trouble here. He's got his Ghosts in front, got to get some nice EMPs off. Luckily, there's no High Templar left in this army, but the Colossus, though, are going to do so much damage. There's only 1 Viking there, going to get taken out easily. Nice micro from BoguS, but look at this, he's going to lose his 4th base here at the 6 o'clock position. He does have the bottom right, though. He does have a planetary there. It looks like he has some Zealot harass there, but the planetary will take care of it. He's moving in with a bunch more Bioforces, and actually the Colossus have no supporting units. He's going to start sniping down the Colossus. No, it doesn't matter. Colossus don't need supporting units. They're Colossus. They're actually just really good. Oh man. and it looks like that is that just like unrallied SCVs, or were they just repairing? I think they were just repairing. But I don't know. Oh man, High Templar coming in from the back. I was gonna say he needs some reinforcements for these Colossi. He can't just run around with pure Colossi everywhere. But man, a bunch of Zealots coming in. High Templars being warped in. So many more units coming in, and suddenly the Terran is down to 110 supply against the 140 supply of the Protoss. He's trying to micro his heart out. But the the late game PvT composition just ridiculously strong here, and BoguS feeling the heat. And the commentator doing the preemptive storm cry, and it doesn't actually happen. Meanwhile, the rest of the Protoss Army marching into the Terran's third, while BoguS is focused on microing 4 Marauders against like a million Protoss units. Oh god, the SCV is getting massacred, the command center going down. I don't know why we need to zoom in on that. Oh, but it looks like the Bioforce coming in from the back, sniping all the Colossus. Crucial snipes there. That's what I'm talking about. See, Sun got a little bit overzealous with those Colossi. They're just running around with little to no support, which is not really the best idea. It's just lucky for him that BoguS had so few units that it didn't really matter that much. Like, he was just out of stuff. But, you know, if BoguS had a little bit more, he could have easily sniped those Colossi, and that would have not been good. But as it stands, he's running in here to the natural. BoguS on his last legs here, down to 80 supply, 70 supply against 140 of the Protoss. You know, getting an efficient engagement, but it doesn't matter. It looks like a counter drop, though, at the 12 o'clock, targeting down the Nexus. But even if he kills the Nexus, I don't think it matters. He's just lost his main base. And it looks like he's not even going to get the Nexus. BoguS is so dead here. He cannot be happy about this game. He was in a great position in this game. And unfortunately, the Protoss was too strong. Sun was too good. And SKT looks like they're going to take it here. BoguS is just microing his little heart out. Oh, man. Look at that. GG from BoguS. Sun, a little bit shocked there, taking down the ace match. And SKT takes the series in a comeback victory. They lost the brutal best of 3. They barely clinched the StarCraft 2 best of 3, and now taking the ace match. And we're getting a freeze with a silly grin on Sun's face. That's alright, he deserves to be happy. Nice play there from Sun. Bring on the balance wine, ladies and gentlemen. Bring on the balance wine. And as always, apologies for my complete lack of knowledge of anything relating to StarCraft 2. I'm consuming GSL VODs as quickly as I possibly can. I bought the year-long pass for 2012, so I'm just like watching all the VODs that I have access to. I'm actually like binging on VODs right now. I just consume 10 VODs and then just like vomit it all out again and just like keep eating more VODs. I like a VOD eating disorder.